All right, we are back with the 76th episode of the Let's Go podcast. We are live on YouTube. We are awaiting the arrival of a microphone for the laptop that I have, which will take our professionalism up to the next level. But for now, we got these nice headphones so that I don't sound as quiet as an ant. I don't know if that made sense. However, we're back with another HSL softball power rankings. We had a very eventful week this last week. We'll go through the games briefly. We'll then go through the power rankings. We are dedicated here at the HSL, and although, yes, we are not playing HSL softball games this Sunday with the Gridiron Gauntlet coming up. However, with barely a second to breathe, we are out here with another podcast and another evaluation. We are also behind in our Players of the Week. We need to get caught up on that. We will have it before our next game, so we need Week 3 and Week 4's Player of the Week. The Legacy League Player of the Weeks are set. We just got to confirm who the Titan League Player of the Weeks are. Once we have that, we'll be sending out graphics with that as well. So let's get started. Was as usual with the Legacy League, as we here pull up the scores and the power rankings. So we had only 3 games in the Legacy League this past week. The Annie's Kitchen versus we're getting a call live. Let's see. Let's take this call. Hello?
Hey, who's Ellie? Gerasowitz?
Yeah, Dave, I'm on the podcast right now.
Oh, whoops.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I called you. You want to come on and do evaluations? You're live.
No, not right now.
David's busy. He will not be able to attend the event. Not be able to attend the power rankings and evaluating of teams. All right, David, I'll call you after I'm done. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, so now that David established he won't be able to make it, we're back. So we had a very eventful week. As I was saying, Annie's Kitchen versus the Essen Deli did not play. They'll be playing this Sunday pending weather. Makeup game as we celebrated Joey Katz's engagement, and we wish him a big mazel tov. Let's start with the Legacy League. Let's start with the first game, or we'll really start with the Margaret Tietz Nursing Rehabilitation Center losing 12-5 to Jules by DK Hungry Hippos. Jules by DK getting back on track. Margaret, I don't know. We'll have to see. They keep on saying that they're getting closer and closer. They, do take another loss and fall to 0-4, sitting in the dungeon of the Legacy League division, and they'll remain at 8 in the power rankings for that. Coming in at 7 in the power rankings in the Legacy League is Addictive Ads. I was not at the game. I did hear they lost a backbreaker. It was a back and forth game. Rides to Fly ultimately walked off Addictive Ads 9-8. I heard it was a really good game. I think Black Sox were up big early. The Rides to Fly Black Sox, Addictive Ads came back, tied the game, and then the Rides to Fly Black Sox walked them off. Addictive Ads is the tough loss. They fall to 1-3. Pretty sure. Yes. 1-4. Very much in the playoff race, as you'll see a lot of the bottom teams have gotten off the slow start, and they're 7 in the power rankings. Coming in at 6 and staying at 6 in the power rankings is the Essen Poppers. They did not play. Annie's Kitchen, Grasshoppers also will remain at 5, also did not play. Before we move on, let's go through the standings quickly. Margaret Tietz Nursing Rehabilitation Center 0-4. The Addictive Ad Vipers 1-4, Annie's Kitchen Grasshoppers 1-3, Essen Poppers 1-2. So the way it works in Legacy, the top 6 out of 8 make it, and you really have the bottom 4 right now within a game and a half of each other. So very much everybody's still alive in the playoff chase. Coming in at number 4 is the Rides to Fly Black Sox. The Rides to Fly Black Sox, like I just said, came off of a big walk-off victory. A game that they expect to win is probably closer than they thought it should be, but a win is a win. They go to 3-2. They'll remain in the 4th spot. Coming in at number 3 in the power rankings is the Jules by DK Hungry Hippos. They'll remain there after taking that tough loss to MS Motors. They did what they had to do, taking care of business and beating up on Margaret. So they'll remain at number 3. Now, here comes the top 2, and here is really the point of this, or really the biggest change of the power rankings. I was there for the first 4 or 5 innings, and, Sach Felberg, who we failed to mention, is one of the preliminary catchers in the softball world, and one of those few guys who love the position and do it without initial. Although when I was there once, I think they had him at first base. He'd probably go wherever they want him to go. He's a vet. I wouldn't say looked outmatched, but they looked very much in the same. At least the game I watched, the first 5, 6 inning I was there, and the game didn't really move much after that. They looked very much in the same playing level as the MS Motor Fireballs, who ended up beating Cobarentals by one. I think it was 5-4 or 4-3, and they move into first place. Officially not. I take it back. I'm looking at the standings, and it's funny because this is a live change right now for me. Jules by DK, Hungry Hippos, Cobra Rentals, and MS Motors are all 4-1. And because of the three-way tiebreaker, Jules by DK have the best record. I think they're 1-0 as they beat MS Motors. They never played Cobra Rentals. MS Motors is 1-1. The Cobra Rental Chihuahuas are 0-1. Are also 1-1. I'm not sure exactly, but due to the three-team tiebreaker, you actually have officially Jules by DK in first place at 4-1. However, in the power rankings, MS Motor Fireballs are going to be your number one seed. They, in my opinion, Cobra Rentals are the best team in the league by far. I don't think it's close. And I believe that MS Motors beat them. They beat them. They didn't dominate. It was a very close game, but they held their own. They beat them. They're now 4-1, and MS Motors has now beaten the top two teams in the league, Jules by DK and Cobra Rentals. And although MS Motors officially is the 3 spot in the standings due to tie breaking, I will have them at number 1 in the power rankings. Cobra Rentals drops to number 2, and we're picking up most games after pace-off, so that's how we'll stand for that Legacy League. In the Titan League, not a lot of change at all. Actually, everything will remain the same. The Edgar Agent Bombers come in at remain number 1 in the power rankings, right where they belong, as they would say during the regular season. At least they beat the Blue Wahoos, the Crown Healthcare Blue Wahoos 5-2. Gordon Companies played a really tight game against the Robins. They beat the Robins 2-0, and they'll remain at number 3. They'll go to 3-2-1 on the season. Remaining at number 2 is my team, QJL BJL. Like I said, we have only really had one really tough matchup in the Bombers so far. We have a big doubleheader coming up against Gordon Companies the week after Pesach. That will probably decide who will be at 2 and 3 in the power rankings. Robins continue to make amazing progress in the Titan League. They come in at 3-1, actually in second place, tied at the Bombers, but ahead of the Bombers due to a point run differential. So they're officially in second place after us in the standings. They'll come in number 4 in the power rankings. Coming in number 5 is the Blue Wahoos. They did play a tough game against the Bombers, ultimately did lose, and will go to 0-4. And same with Town Appliance coming in number 6. Also played a tough game against the Robins in Game 2 of the Robins doubleheader, losing 6-4. Also 0-4 and remain number 6. So in the Titan League, 5 out of 6 make it. The 4 and 5 seeds play a one-game play-in for the set to get to the semis, and the top 3 have buys. So everyone in both leagues really very much alive. We have a lot going on, and we're very excited for the upcoming Gridiron Gauntlet football tournament this Sunday. It's going to be wet. It's going to be a rainy day, but we're going to make the best of it. It's going to be pumping. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of competition. I want to thank all of our sponsors for sponsoring the Gridiron Gauntlet. I started doing it briefly on the podcast that we had yesterday with the two of the biggest named quarterbacks in the tournament. So I want to go through all of them right now and shout them out. We got Annie's Kitchen, Barbacoa, Cobra Rentals, who are not only sponsoring in the tournament, but also setting the whole thing up for us to attend, and the speakers and all the logistical stuff. CBS, Crown Care sponsoring the bags, Gordon Companies, as we mentioned on the podcast last night, MS Motors, Kaufman Bros, Smash House, King Ventures, Rides to Fly, Telehealth, Wall Street Grill, BHIT Thursdays, which is an awesome new sponsor of ours, restaurant in Brooklyn, like a kosher sports bar, really cool vibes. And I thank God everybody. If I missed up, my bad. We also want to thank our charities, Cherry Hill, for partnering with us, obviously, on the charity part of things. We want to thank Jonas Lowinger for everything he's done to make this happen. Before we go, 2 big shout outs to our 2 main sponsors of everything. HSL Spring, or really 3 main sponsors. King Ventures, the league sponsor for the spring. Smash House, our softball sponsor for the spring. And of course, Town Appliance, our HSL corporate sponsor. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. This would not be possible without you guys. We're just over a year in, and the fact that we are, have almost 40 to 45 sponsors, including a corporate and a league sponsor, and a sponsor like Smash House who's just there whenever we need them. And for both kids and adults. We really love you guys. We appreciate it. We do hope to have a basketball, HSL basketball championship recap podcast, potentially in person. Look out for that coming this coming week after we wrap up the football tournament. We did not forget about that. We were going to do a full recap on the championship game and our championship winners, Olam Realty, Mazel Tov to Shlomo Meirov and Olam Realty for winning the basketball championship. Thank you again to BHIT and Smash House and Barbacoa for sponsoring the championship. The food is amazing, and we appreciate all you guys. So that'll do it. It's 1 o'clock on a Friday. I got to go out now. I got to log out here. We got to get the merch and all the fun Gridiron Gauntlet stuff ready to go. And we'll see you bright and early Sunday morning. I'll probably be there around 7 a.m. For the Gridiron Gauntlet tournament. We really are looking forward. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know a lot of you guys are watching now are softball guys, and we appreciate you tuning in. The season just going to get better and better. And by the way, we got big plans for the softball championship as well. Ain't only basketball, as the HSL continues to grow, we continue to come with new creative ways of making things more exciting for everyone, both for the kids and for the adults. So nobody get jealous here, coming in full throttle. So we'll see you Sunday, and we can't wait to keep things going here at the HSL. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully next time with a mic. Thanks, guys.